So, I didn't need it at all.
What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. On my last video, we took the car up north, visited family and friends, and we got the chance to get some runs in with an Audi TT, a GTR, and the twin turbo 5.0. I enjoyed my time out there despite not having any traction, but that's what happens when you're dealing with a high horsepower car in cooler weather. And that's the one thing that sucks about boost weather, right? So as the temperature starts to drop, engine performance goes up and traction becomes not so great. One of the runs with the TT, I started in second gear. It was pretty much spin city, so I just left it in third for the rest of the night, and it sucked because in third gear I am out of my power band, and once I got into the power band, blew the tires right off, so we just could not catch a break that night. All right, so fast forward, the morning after those runs, I was giving one of my friends a joyride, and we lost our transmission. I was in third gear, right around 4 grand RPM. I was in it, and I felt a sudden loss in power. Dropped the car back in neutral. I could hear this really loud rattle. I just cut the car off, came to a stop. Did a visual around the car, no leaks, nothing was nothing crazy, nothing obvious. I then cut the car back on. The rattle was still there, and the car was not moving. So I instantly thought either torque tube or the transmission. So I loaded it up to the trailer. A couple days later, we made our way back home. Since then, I have disassembled the rest of the drivetrain. Did my troubleshooting, and we have narrowed it down to the transmission itself. So I have placed a Z01 transmission on order earlier this morning. It was between that and a built 6060. The car came with a T56. It's a 07. So I knew either of the options would be a stronger upgrade than what we originally had. With the 6060, a built one from RPM, I was getting a quote of over 7. And we don't have that right now. So the next best option was a Z01 transmission, and that was what we settled for. I'm gonna show y'all the current situation at hand. All right, we got the transmission and differential down, torque tube along the wall there. I have had to drop this trans way too many times than I would like to admit. I'm getting awfully good at it. I think I had it done in about 2 hours. All right, so we're gonna try to find that. So I'm gonna try to find that neutral, pull the linkage forward. All right, I'm then gonna rotate the shaft, and you can just hear the rattle. You can just hear it, and then it's also binding. All right, so we're gonna just pull the linkage straight forward, and that'll be our third gear. All right, and then you watch the axles, and it moves a little bit, kind of binds, but it moves a little bit though. All right, you're gonna go straight into fourth, straight back, rotating the shaft, and no axle movement. No axle movement. We're gonna try it in first. So rotate it to the left, pull forward. So now we're in first gear. It kind of wants to move, but nope, nothing. So here, a whole lot of free play while in gear. So the transmission shouldn't have that much free play while in gear. That's literally a whole 360 revolution right there without it transmitting any inputs to the differential and to the axles. And it's crazy we're able to go through a transmission even while spinning our ass off. But I heard that this can happen if you spin and then hook while in third gear. It just chews the gears right up. Hopefully the Z01 transmission lasts us for a little bit as we continue to do upgrades on the drivetrain. All right, like I said, Z01 transmission has been ordered. ETA is about 2 weeks, so it should be back up and running in no time. On the other hand, the good news is our head studs came in, so we're gonna be pulling the heads off and installing those on our downtime. Waited over a year for these bad boys. Right now we're running head bolts, and for our power level, it's definitely not ideal. Right now we're seeing right around 20-21 PSI. So hopefully with the studs, our heads stay somewhat planted. I am still running the factory 4-bolt LS7 heads. Plan to upgrade those later down the line as well. Alright, so just a quick update. We have the intake off along with the push rods and the rocker arms. Head bolts are out, and getting ready to yank this passenger side head off. Currently using Cosmetics head gasket. and apparently they're reusable, so I'm really interested to see how it looks under there. If it stays intact, then we'll just end up spraying another coat of bronze on it, and then just slap those bad boys on. But if it ends up leaving residue on the block and the heads, then I don't know that they compromise, and we'll just end up replacing them. Coming out. And there you have it. Not a single speck of hay gasket material on either the head or the black deck surface. This is just the grease from the head bolts. Here's the block here, looking clean. I guess I would suggest that the hay gaskets are reusable. Like I said, I'm going to recoat them with some bronze, and we're going to full sand it. It just, I don't know, it feels weird, it feels wrong. Definitely goes against everything I believe, because I've done this job a couple times, and you know, it's always been factory gasket, and it definitely compromises once you crack that seal between the heads and the block. But this looks pretty good. I don't know why I kept saying bronze earlier. I got my metals mixed up. Meant to say copper. So we have a nice coat of copper on the hay gaskets, ready to install the head studs. Got our directions there, and then slap the heads on. Has anyone seen this before? Literally, rocket arm bolt snapped upon removal. So luckily, it wasn't seized on there, because having to drill this out would have been quite a pain in the butt. Alright, we're able to get it out. That's really crazy. I done that shit myself. I was literally undoing the bolt and it snapped within like half a turn, just popped. I don't know what the fuck I was looking at. But yeah, there's a bullet. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace all the bolts for the rocker arms, because yeah, okay. It is not Saturday night as we continue to press forward. Billet, solid. Couplings came in for our drive shaft. Notice when I took the drivetrain down that the couplings took a hit. The back ones didn't look too bad. Here are the rears, where you can still see a little bit of chafing there. But in the front ones, definitely took some hits. I don't even know how that was still staying intact. So we're gonna run the solid bushings for now, and then plan to upgrade those to a single piece someday down the line. And over here with the motor, we have installed studs on the driver and passenger side. Started buttoning everything back up. Should be done with this by tomorrow night when I get back from the track. I've been taking the time this weekend to make my way down to Gainesville to watch FL2K.
They're down. No, they don't like the way it looks, and that one is Don Reinhardt at the number 7.
And it's definitely been a fun time at the track with minimum alcohol required. All right, tomorrow Sunday being the finals, can't wait to see how everything wraps up. All right, we're gonna come back home, button up the rest of the stuff going on with the engine, and pretty much just stand by for the transmission to get here. All right, appreciate you guys for tagging along, for checking in on this week's episode. All right, I'll see y'all on the next video.